Hello out there, this is TheAnYPony, and welcome to my review of Season 3's opening two-parter, The Crsytal Empire. In case you're wondering what happened to my plan to starting my dramatic reading of Out in the Cold, there are two reasons why I postponed it. First, as you maybe still can hear, my voice has been a bit hoarse in the last few weeks, and attempting my first big voice acting project, especially with an almost complete female cast, will be hard enough even with my voice at its best. I'll start my readings as soon as my voice is back to normal again and I got to practice my voices, promised. Second, I don't want my reviews for the new episodes to stack up. So, here we go. What are my thoughts on the first episodes of the third season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? Well, as all the two-parter episodes, this one was really great. A big storyline, a real thread, action scenes and impressive animations. But having said this, I also have to mention that, in my opinion, it is the weakest of the two-parter episodes. There are a few reasons why I think so. First and most obvious, already pointed out by a lot of people before me, King Sombra is an extremely uninteresting villain. His powers are more or less the darkest and most frightening of all the villains so far. Corruption, mind control, the ability to use your deepest fears against you. And the whole getting turned into shadows thing just made him stronger if you ask me. Queen Crsytal and even Nightmare Moon's powers don't seem so threatening anymore in comparison to those. And even so, Discord's powers are a few leagues above Sombra's. Discord's childish and comedic use of his powers lets them look less horrible. But sadly, King Sombra is nothing but his powers. He is as one-dimensional as a villain as you can be. He is evil for the sake of being evil. We don't know anything about his backstory, his personality or his motivation. Except maybe that he is power-hungry. Very original. No tragic fall to darkness triggered by envy and the wish to be loved. No sneaky master plan to infiltrate the kingdom in order to take care of his own subjects. No challenging personality that manages to turn your friends' characters upside down. Just brute evil force. And how can he be stopped? What powerful good motion will our heroines use this time? Their strong emotional bond catalyzed through the elements of harmony into the magic of friendship? Love, so powerful that, transformed into an offensive beam, can even overpower Celestria? Nope, we have to go with lifted spirits. And what epic ritual will trigger the spiritual uprising? A fair. And it's really just this. Eating some carnival food, getting a souvenir, watching a show, and voila! Emu ponies turn into happy, not yet crystal ponies. Don't get me wrong, I am okay with this fair story. There are some great images and gags connected to it. But I'm missing the epicness the storylines of other two-parters have. Twilight's search for the crystal heart on the other hoof is awesome. The riddles she has to solve, the obstacles she has to overcome, the tricks she has to come up with. Give the fair story its own regular episode and show me more of this. Anyways, one last big critique I have is the whole premise of Twilight's task. Why is Celestia risking all of Equestria only to test Twilight? Yes, Twilight succeeds in the end, but it was damn close. Why did Celestia refuse to send Lunar as backup to help Twilight? It's not like during the other villain encounters when there was nobody except the main six to deal with the crisis. During the Summer Sun celebration, Celestia was banished to the sun. Discord needed to be defeated with the elements of harmony. And Celestia actually confronted Queen Crsytal after she had been unmasked. But this time the princess willingly decided to stay passive and risk that King Sombra might win. And to make matters worse, in the end, the test itself was once again one of Celestia's unnecessary misleading phrase tasks.
In the end, it must be you and you alone.
And what exactly has to be done by nobody else than Twilight? Allowing somebody else to complete the rescue of the Crsytal Empire after Twilight got trapped. Something she would have done without hesitation from the very beginning if she hadn't been told to complete this mission alone. I understand the lesson she's supposed to learn. Saving your friends is more important than your personal selfish goals, in this case passing the test following Celestia's orders. But this riddle that Twilight has to dismiss the original task in order to pass the test reminds me more of something Discord would come up with rather than Celestia. And how did the princess know that Twilight would end up in this situation? Or did she originally really want Twilight to save the Crystal Empire on her own and just made up the whole lesson at the end on the spot? In this case, I return to my initial question. Why is Celestia risking all of Equestria only to test Twilight? Sorry, but I can't trust this lady any longer as the ruler of all my little ponies. From now on, you can count me to the supporters of the new Lunar Republic. The younger princess seems to be far more reasonable. But let's get on with this review. I guess I can't talk about the Crystal Empire without talking about the Crystal Ponies. Well, I don't really can warm up to them. As soon as they get happy, they are just as bland as a pony can be. The common background pony is more interesting. And about their style, that's most likely a question of personal taste, but I don't like this old-fashioned hairstyles. I also don't like it when the main six get styled like this too. Oh Twilight, what have they done to you? And what's so special about the Crystal Ponies anyway? They are more or less Earth ponies. Even the transparent crystal look is not part of their special nature. The moment they look like this, every pony in the Empire does so. But enough of the negative critique. As I mentioned in the beginning, I thought it was great nevertheless. It just comes off weak in comparison to the other two-part episodes, and there were a few immersion breakers for me. But in the end, I enjoyed these two episodes, especially seeing all the main six in action all at once. Even so, Rarity made me wonder once again how she managed to get her hooves on the element of generosity. And I'm quite curious what's up with this meta plot Celestia and Lunar hint at. My theory, the princesses want to turn Twilight into an alicorn as soon as they deem her ready. Not that I really hope or believe this, but I want to be able to say I called it if this meta plot actually should turn out this way. This is the TheAnYPony saying see you soon, and all hail to the new Lunar Republic!